And now, Elizabeth Vargas.
Yeah, that's it.
The hit series Lost is unusual in every way imaginable, even the music. While most television production uses cheaper synthesizers, Lost records with an orchestra and a conductor, keeping pace with the show sequences.
Just like a little decrescendo in 43.
Composer Michael Giacchino has a reason for using that technique and sold it to series creator J.J. Abrams.
I told JJ, we got to do it with live players every week. I mean, it's going to add a real layer of emotion to this otherwise unbelievable premise that you're trying to put out to these people.
Turns out that wild premise, stranding 48 plane crash survivors on a mysterious island, was an instant hit. One primary reason for the show's success is the characters. Fans became fanatically attached to this group. None has more of a following than the self-described everyman, Hurley.
Dude, I'm starving.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near that hungry. We're not a cop drama. We're not a hospital. We're not lawyers. Our characters are people that people want to know more about and want to, come back to.
It's a diverse collection of souls, among them a spoiled brother and sister.
I've just been through a trauma here, okay?
We've all been through a trauma. The only difference is since the crash, you've actually given yourself a pedicure.
There's also an estranged father and son, a pregnant Australian woman, a brittle Korean couple, and a former Iraqi soldier.
Said.
And there's this disparate group of different races, cultures, backgrounds, and it's a kind of microcosm, I think, of society at the moment.
Somebody called it a mini United Nations in the cast.
That's nice. What's interesting is that you find characters are suddenly set free from the way they were defined in the other world.
That's certainly true for the character of Jin, a Korean who speaks no English. The actor who plays him, Daniel Dae Kim, says it's a character that breaks the movie stereotypes of Asian men.
Very rarely have we been in a position to be seen in a positive light.
So are you surprised to hear fans and read on the internet that so many female fans think you're hot?
Yes, I am. I'm always surprised about that. We rarely see Asian men as heroes, as romantic leads in things. And a good example of that is, actually, I've worked in this business now for 12 years, and this show gave me my first on-screen kiss. My very first.
The kiss happened in what's known as the character's backstory, their lives before the crash. Back in Korea, Jin was an enforcer for his corrupt father-in-law. Another character, Charlie, was a fading rock star heroin addict who stole from his girlfriend's family.
The thing with Charlie is that through his addictive kind of lifestyle, he now has issues with women and with trust and with intimacy. And I think, for want of a better word, Charlie is lost.
The complex storytelling, moving backward and forward in the characters' lives, shows an attitude toward the viewers some say is unusual in network programming.
The audience is intelligent, they are very savvy, and you can't talk down to them.
We hunt.
The creators say another reason for the success of Lost is that they draw from powerful influences. They use a story structure associated with movie suspense master Alfred Hitchcock. In that theory, the audience knows things the characters do not. For example, we know that the mysterious John Locke was an office drudge at a box company and in a wheelchair before the crash. The characters on the island know him only as a survival-savvy hunter. That's the fun of scenes like this.
What do you do in the real world, Mr. Locke?
It's John.
John?
Why don't you guess?
Well, you're either a taxidermist or a hitman.
I was a regional collection supervisor for a box company.
Yeah, right.
When you talk to a lot of fans of the show, a lot of them say Locke is their favorite character. Why do you think that is?
He's just so damn good looking.
He also seems, more than any character, to feel like the island is mystical, that there's something supernatural about the island.
Well, yeah, he has more reason than anyone to believe that there's something magical here.
In a cast kept completely in the dark about all of the island's mysteries, Terry O'Quinn is the only one who got a hint about the invisible monster that's been stalking the castaways.
I shot a scene wherein I was supposed to see the monster.
So what do you think the monster is then?
I have no idea. I said to Damon, I said, look, you got to tell me something. I'm looking up at something. What am I looking at? Well, give me a hint. And he said, it's the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen.
The monster is the kind of supernaturally flavored mystery that the Lost producers loved in the movies and TV shows that influenced them.
The only reason why we do what we do is to try and make the kind of entertainment we grew up watching.
They say nods to their favorite movies pop up everywhere. This shot from a Lost episode references this shot from the creepy classic Carrie. The pregnant Claire in the Lost Island's dangerous jungle echoes Mia Farrow from Rosemary's Baby in Danger on Another Island, Manhattan. But among all the influences on their work, one sparkles most brightly. They were all major fans of The Twilight Zone, created by Rod Serling.
What you're about to watch is a nightmare.
He did inspire all of us to talk about issues and events that a lot of people like to not talk about.
The producers say another reason that Lost has hit such a nerve is that the series reflects some serious social issues.
In the sort of post-9/11 world, the sense that we all live with some lurking threat out there, I think that hangs over all of our lives.
How do we survive? You know, if that, God forbid, if that dirty bomb went off in the neighborhood, that neighbor I never talked to, or that person sitting next to me on the plane, what would I do?
But if we can't live together, we're going to die alone.
In a program with a serious side, there's a need to be reminded that the stakes are high.
The stakes are life and death. I think the audience is going to want, you know, people to die, you know.
People
like,
can't survive,
yeah.
all of them, in that environment.
Exactly, because I think everybody sort of has this reality gene now in their brains when they're watching. They want people to be voted off, you know. It's the gladiator arena. Everybody, the crowd is like, you know, come on, like, you know, spare no one. We want blood.
When word got out that someone was going to perish, there was a roar of speculation on the internet and nervous dread among the cast.
It's terrible. That part has been rough. For this to happen now, I'm just, I mean, I thank God every day, and I love it. I don't want to die yet. I'm just getting started.
I called my mom that one of us died this year. First thing she said was, not Sawyer.
She wasn't worried about your character?
I was like, she then tries to cover it up by going, oh, I knew it wouldn't be you because you would tell me and blah, blah, blah.
The youngest cast member didn't want anybody to go.
I just hope nobody else dies or anything like that. So I just hope, like, we could all stay together and we'll be safe and everything.
But the death die was cast in a recent episode when Locke and Boone discover another plane that met its end on the island.
Boone, get out!
Poor Boone.
Was part of you tempted to try and talk them out of killing off Boone?
No.
Say, come on.
When I found out, to be honest with you, it did hurt. I was in the San Ynez Valley wine tasting in a convertible Porsche.
Oh, please.
With a really beautiful girl. So I was upset. I said, guys, this is not a conversation I want to have right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll call you on Monday, because I just couldn't hear any more of it.
What was it like to shoot the episode where you died? I mean, was it hard?
The worst. Sucked.
Why?
I hated it. I'm just being honest. It was a tough week.
The whole cast says it was hard, but the biggest burden fell on the actor playing the overwhelmed doctor, Matthew Fox.
You know, Matthew Fox has become a really close friend of mine. and I care about the man a lot, and watching him mentally, physically, and emotionally have to deal with that was really hard.
Let me go, Jack. I'm sorry.
And look, life starts imitating art, and you have all these different layers of emotion that are playing in one moment.
We're kind of losing a family member. I didn't work that day, but I kind of went in, so I just wanted to be there and watch.
Boone's death and funeral episodes touched people behind the scenes as well. The musicians, the editors, and the producers.
I was watching this funeral scene with Boone, and I was actually I got a little pit in my stomach, and I was just sort of overtaken with the emotion of, oh my God,